Homework, so you want me to do them? Yeah. Right. Can you all tune in now, please? Just, I'm up here. I'm this way. Yeah, thank you. Sarah, will you do me a favour? Will you turn around the desk altogether? Yeah, thanks. Right. Okay, so oh sure, here I'm after losing the page again. Hang on now a sec. Right, number 1. You want me to do number 1? Yeah. Right. Number 1, the quadratic is y equals x squared. I might treat myself to a new pen now because this one's a bit crap. Sorry. Right, so number 1 is y equals x squared. Come back to me, please. Y equals x squared. Right, is your quadratic. How do you know that's the quadratic? There's an x squared term. So I have 2x plus y equals 3. Right, that's the linear because there's no x squared term. So what we do is we rearrange the linear so you have x equals or y equals. Which one am I going to go for? Y equals. Why did I pick y equals? Because there's a 2 in front of the x and that's going to mess it up for me. Okay, there's a 1 in front of the y and that's perfect for me. Okay, so I'm going to rearrange that to y equals 3. The 2x comes over and becomes minus 2x. Is that okay? Yeah. 3 minus 2x. Okay, so everywhere I see a y, I'm putting in a 3 minus 2x. So instead of that y, I put in 3 minus 2x, and then I have equals an x squared. Okay? Yeah, that's exactly my next step. I'm going to rearrange that so I have x squared x term number equals 0. So the x squared term comes over and becomes minus x squared. The x term, so that one came over the wall. The rest of them are here already, so that's minus 2x. And the 3 is here already, so it's plus 3. Okay? So I've rearranged it so I have x squared x term number because that's how I do my factors, or it's how I do my minus b formula. Okay, now if you use the minus b formula, go right ahead and do it here. A is minus 1, b is minus 2, c is plus 3. Yes?
So for every one of those questions, if you use the minus b,
yes. Yeah, you can use the minus b no matter what. Right, yes.
Do you know if like minus b, will like the plus be like y and the minus be x?
Will the plus be...
Do you know the way like at the end of the sum you get like y equals 1 or something?
Yeah, see, if you do the minus b here now, you see the way there's x's in it, that means I'll know x, right? Yeah, and sometimes when you rearrange that, you might end up with y squared minus 3y minus 4 equals 0. When you solve that, you solve for y. Yeah, so whatever the letters are before you do the minus b formula, that's what you're solving for. Okay? Is that what you mean? Yeah, right. Okay? Right. Okay, so now, if you're using the minus b formula, go right ahead and use the minus b formula right there. Right? Okay, so a is minus 1, b is minus 2, c is 3. If you're using the factors, can I ask who uses the factors? Alright, that's fine. I prefer the factors because it's way shorter. Okay? Right? But if you use the minus b, go right ahead and do it. It's just if everyone was using minus b, there's no point in me doing factors. Right, so x, in order to do the factors, the x squared term has to be positive. So it's x squared plus 2x minus 3 equals 0. Right? So then you need 2 sets of brackets, x and x, 3 and 1, and I want to end up with different signs. So plus 3x minus 1x will give me the right factors. Is that alright? Next step, you let each bracket equal 0. So you get x plus 3 equals, I'll just do it over here if that's alright. So I get x plus 3 equals 0 is the first bracket, and x minus 1 equals 0. Okay, so I've gone from down there over to here. Okay, so you let each bracket equal 0. So you let x equals minus 3, and you get x equals 1. right? So, now if you did the minus b formula, you're solving for x there, because you'd x's in the starting formula, okay? So for each x, you have to get a matching y. So you get a matching y from step 1. You get a matching y from up here. So y is equal to 3 minus 2x. So when x is minus 3, that means y is equal to 3 minus 2 times minus 3. So that means y is equal to 3. A minus by a minus is a plus. 2 by 3 is 6. So that's y is equal to 9. Have I gone wrong? No. I'm okay, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I go y is equal to 3 minus 2 times 1 here, because x is 1. So that's y is equal to 3 minus 2. So that means y is equal to 1. Okay? So one set of answers is x is 1, y is 1. The other set of answers is x is minus 3, y is 9. Okay, who's talking to me? Annabelle.
Well, did 2x. I just do the y equals 3 minus 2x. I just put x squared in there with y. Right, I just said.
Oh, yes. Right, so you went over here and put an x squared in instead of the y and got your quadratic from there. Perfect. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, that's shorter. Okay, but it's just I showed you how to do it the other way. So, Sarah, yeah, up over your nose there. Right. Yeah, yeah. Only when I looked at you. Before that, it wasn't.
No, take my reader.
Right, yeah. No, you can't, because someone is going to die from a virus, but at least you'll be comfortable. Right, okay. Right, are we okay? Yes.
Miss, was it minus 2 in the equation?
Sorry?
Like at the very start, like, because I got minus 3, I said 2 by minus 3 plus y equals 3. And then I...
2 by minus 3 plus y. So you went 2,
Oh,
but...
never mind, I didn't change it to plus 6.
Yeah, when you brought it over, it's a plus 6. Yeah, yeah. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right, any more questions for me? Right?
Wait, where did you get the... Wait, never mind, okay.
Go on, ask it.
No, I'm confused.
Yeah, come on, ask me.
Where's the minus 3 coming from in the bracket? Where's 3
The minus 3, you know when I solved up here?
Yeah.
I got x is minus 3 and I got x is 1. So down here, into this, once I figure out what x is, I can put in a minus 3 for x. And over this side, these are two separate sums now. Over this side, I can put in 1 for x. Because for each x, you have to get a matching y.
And using the linear equation.
Yes, you use the linear equation to do the first step and the last step.
Yeah.
Right. Any more questions for me? Yes, Ella.
I got the same answers, but you know the quadratic line where you had minus x squared minus 2x plus 3. I
Yeah.
had x squared plus 2x minus 3.
Yeah, which is what I had here. I changed my signs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, same thing. You can do whatever you want as long as you do it to the whole line, and we both did the same thing. We changed the signs of the whole line. Okay?
Why do you have to change this?
Because to do the brackets, you can't get the factors. Well, you can get the factors, but it's really hard to factorize a minus x squared. It's easier to factorize a plus x squared, right? So if you factorize, so always if you're using the factors, and you are using the factors, aren't you?
Yeah.
So if you're using the factors, always make sure the x squared term is plus. So change all the signs across.
So then if you were using minus b, would you not change?
You wouldn't have to, right? You could if you wanted to, right? Okay, but you could also say A is minus 1, B is minus 3, or B is minus 2 and C is 3.
Okay.
Do you know?
Yeah.
So with the minus B, it doesn't have to be. But for the factors, it's really hard to find the factors with a negative x squared. So change all the signs. Okay? Right. Okay, next. Can I rub it off? Right, okay. Am I doing number 2? Right, okay. And I'm telling you here and now, there's one of these on your test. Right? Okay, so there is one on your test, okay? So if you nail these, you'll definitely be able to do one full question on the test. Okay? Right? So the quadratic then is x squared plus y squared equals 5. So linear quadratic, right? So you start with the linear and you rearrange, so you've x equals or y equals. right? Which one here? X equals, doesn't matter. No, because they're both ones. So it's just if the number in front of him is not a 1, you'll end up with a fraction. But here it doesn't matter, okay? So will I just go with x equals? So leave the x at this side. Move the minus y over, becomes plus y. Move the plus 1 over, becomes minus 1. So everywhere I see an x, put in a y minus 1. So that means y minus 1 to be squared plus y squared equals 5. Now y minus 1 to be squared is y minus 1 multiplied by y minus 1. Okay, finish it off, then it's plus y squared equals 5. So split up the first bracket, it's y times y minus 1 minus 1 times y minus 1, so that's just multiplying out my brackets. Split up the first bracket, write the second bracket twice. Then finish it off, it's plus y squared equals 5. Yes, Anya?
I changed x to 1 plus y, does that make a difference?
1 plus y is, oh,
Instead of y minus 1.
it's minus 1. Oh, wait now, tell me again.
I said x equals 1 plus y.
You know when you know the way you brought over the minus y and made it a plus y? That's correct. But you also brought over the 1. So what should the 1 be when you bring it over? It should be a minus 1, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so yes, it does make a difference. Yes.
I brought the 5 over and made it a minus 5 and equal to 0.
Yeah, I'm going to do that in the next line. Okay. Multiply it out. It doesn't matter when you do that. You'll have to do it at some stage. Right, so I'll get y squared. Y by 1 is minus y. Minus 1 by y is minus y. And a minus by a minus is a plus. 1 times 1 is 1. Then finish it off. Plus y squared. And I have to bring over the 5. So bringing over the 5, it becomes a minus 5 equals 0. Tidy it up. Y squared terms first, then y term, then number. So y squared and y squared gives me 2y squared. Minus y gives me minus 2y. And plus 1 minus 5 gives me minus 4 equals 0. Right. If you're doing the minus b formula, off you go. Straight away, do it from here. Right, okay? If you're doing the factors, you can do it from here, but I can make life easier for myself by noticing what? Everything divides by 2, doesn't it? So everything divides by 2. It just makes finding the factors easier. It's still easy to do it the other way, but y squared, so that becomes y squared, 2's are gone here, minus y, minus 2 equals 0. Okay? So then you have to do your factors, right? You're already halfway through your minus b formula. Please note, when you solve your minus b formulas, are you solving for x or y? You're solving for y. How do you know you're solving for y? Because there's all y's in the equation. Is that alright? Okay, so 2 sets of brackets, y and y, 2 and 1, and a minus and a plus. Check your answer. In the inside, minus 2y, on the outside, plus 1y. Minus 2y plus 1y is minus y. Okay? So then, to solve, you let each bracket equal 0. So y minus 2 equals 0. So that means y is equal to 2. And y plus 1 equals 0. So that means y is equal to minus 1. So you've got 2 y's. So for each y, you have to get a matching x. So to get your matching x, you go back up to your linear equation. Okay? So x is equal to y minus 1. Right? So you figured out that y is 2. So that means x is equal to 2 minus 1. So that means x is 1. That's one set of answers there. Y is 2, x is 1. Over here, you have to go x is equal to y minus 1, which is minus 1 minus 1. So that means x is equal to minus 2. And there's your second set of answers. X is minus 2, y is minus 1. Where am I getting the x for in the... Ask me again, Rachel.
Would it not be x equals y minus 2?
Yeah, fill in for the y. So instead of the y, you put in 2. So the 1 is just a number, so that stays as 1. But the y becomes a 2.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you alright?
Yeah.
Any other questions for me? Yes, Kate?
Do you have to get the y first and then the x's? Or can you get them?
No, it can be the other way around. You can get the x's first and then the y's. It depends which one you rearrange. Okay? So I think in number 1, we ended up getting the x's first and then the y's. Because we ended up saying y equals in the first one. Right? But in this one we said x equals, so we ended up getting the y's first and the x's. But it actually doesn't matter which one you do first. Right? Okay? Right. Any more questions for me? Right, number 3, am I doing it? Right, number 3, right, is 4x squared minus y equals 0, and the other one is 2x plus y equals 2. Right, which one's the linear and which one's the quadratic?
2x, that's why it was a linear.
Is a linear. How do you know it's a linear? There's no squares. There's a square term there, right? So step 1, start here and rearrange it. So I'm going to rearrange to y equals or x equals? Y equals, because there's a 2 in front of the x and that'll just mess me up. So leave the y, leave the 2 over here. The 2x comes over and becomes what? Minus 2x. Step 1. Step 2, over here, everywhere I see a y, I'm going to put in a 2 minus 2x. So I have 4x squared. Now, you know the way it's minus y. So I'm just going to put minus, and in the bracket I'm going to put 2 minus 2x. Okay, equals 0. The reason I'm going to put it in brackets is because that minus sign is going to change the signs. Okay? Right? So I have 4x squared minus 2, a minus by a minus is a plus 2x. Now I'm just going to rearrange this because I normally have x squared x number. I have x squared number x, so it's in the wrong order. So I'm not moving anything over the wall, so I'll just leave it. So I have x squared plus 2x minus 2 equals 0. And then I want to, if you're doing the minus b formula, off you go. If you're doing the factors, what do you notice? Everything divides by 2, doesn't it? So I end up with 4 divided by 2 is 2x squared. 2's cancelled here, you're just left with an x. And here 2 divided by 2 is 1, equals 0. Okay? 2 sets of brackets. 2x and x. A 1 and a 1. Different signs. That's a minus, that's a plus. Okay? Check your answer. In the middle I want minus 1x, on the outside I have plus 2x. So minus 1 plus 2 is plus 1x, which is my middle term. So then you so I'm coming up here now, then I'm letting each bracket equal 0. So 2x minus 1 equals 0, and the other bracket is x plus 1 equals 0. So I have to go 2x is equal to 1, and that means x is equal to a half. Over here, x is equal to minus 1. So I'm solving, when you do the minus b formula, you know you're solving for x because there's the x's in the formula. Right? Okay. So for each x, I have to get a matching y. So you get my matching y from the linear equation. So it's y equals 2 minus 2x. So that means y is equal to 2 minus 2 times a half. Right? So you can do that in your calculator because the fraction might put you off. Right? But that's 2 minus 2 times a half. 2 halves are 1. Right? So that means y is equal to 1. So that's one answer. X is a half, y is 1. Then over the other side, I have to get a second answer. So it's 2 minus 2x again. Except when I fill in here, I'm going to fill in minus 1. Y equals 2 times minus 1. Into the calculator, or 2, a minus by minus is a plus, 2 ones are 2. So that means y is equal to 4. So there's my second answer. X is minus 1, y is 4. Right? Are we okay? Sorry?
Is it always going to be y equals whatever number at the end?
Yeah, or it could be x equals, it depends on which one you do first. Because if you look at question 1, we did y first, we solved for y first, and then it was x equals at the end. Okay? So it depends on which one, as long as a letter equals. Right, are we good? Right, and the last one I gave you was number? 9. Right, okay. So number 9 reads, x squared plus y squared equals 4. That's my quadratic. How do I know? Because it's got squares in it. Right? The other one is x plus 2y minus 2 equals 0. So I have to rearrange here. So will I rearrange for x equals or y equals? X equals, because there's a 1 in front. That 2y is going to make me a fraction, so don't want that. So bring the 2y over, becomes minus 2y. Bring the plus 2 over, or minus 2 over, becomes a plus 2. Right? Yes?
Is it because now it says x equals, will the end say x equals? So you'll be
Yeah, you're going to solve for y first, and you're going to end up with x equals in the last line, yeah. Right. Over here, everywhere you see an x, put in a 2 minus 2y plus 2. So it's minus 2y plus 2. Now, some people might have written that as 2 minus 2y. That's the same thing. 2 minus 2y minus 2y plus 2 is the same thing. Right? So it's minus 2y plus 2 multiplied by minus 2y plus 2. Then finish it off, plus 4y squared equals 4. Right? I have to multiply out these brackets. So you multiply out brackets by taking the first term and multiplying it by the second bracket. And then you take the rest of the first bracket, which is plus 2, and you multiply it by the second bracket. And that's plus 4y squared minus 4 when it comes over equals 0. Okay? So then multiply out. Minus 2y by minus 2y is plus 4y squared. Right? Then I have minus 2y by plus 2 is minus 4y. Here plus 2 by minus 2y is minus 4y. And plus 2 by plus 2 is plus 4. Right? Then I have a plus 4y squared and a minus 4 equals 0. Right? Tidy it up. 4y and 4y squared is 8y squared. Minus 4y is minus 8y. And I have plus 4 and minus 4 gone to give me 0, don't they? Plus 4 minus 4 gives me 0. Okay, so now I have a problem, right? Because I can't do my minus b formula because I have no c. I can't do my 2 sets of brackets because I have no number. You can do it using c equals 0. Is that your question?
No, I mean, I say I just want to I just put it in as 0.
Yeah, that's fine too. Right, okay. But these are, you know, when we did the 3 types of solving, 1 was the factors, 2 was take out what's common, wasn't it? When the number is missing, you take out what's common. What's common? 8y. Now, if you just said y was common, you would still end up with the same answer. Right, so if you took out an 8y, what's left? Y. Now, you've taken the whole 8y left. I can't have nothing there. So what will I put? 1 equals 0. Then you let the first bracket equal 0, so that's 8y equals 0. Then you divide by 8, so y is equal to 0 over 8. And 0 divided by 8 is still 0. Right, the other one, y minus 1 equals 0. So that means y equals 1. Right? Is that okay? Now for each x, y, I have to get a matching x. So I go back up here to this line, the linear equation. So x equals minus 2y plus 2. So everywhere I see y, put in a 0 for this one. Right? So that's x is equal to minus 2 times 0 plus 2 into the calculator with that and you'll just get 2. So that's one answer. Y is 0, x is 2. Right? To get the second answer, you're over here, x is equal to minus 2y plus 2, but this time y is 1. So x is equal to minus 2 times 1 plus 2, which is 0. So there's your second answer. Y is 1, x is 0. Right? Are we okay? Right. Okay. I'm going to suggest you do a couple of them yourselves tonight. Okay. So they are on page. I had them open there and it closed. Stop a minute. Stop a minute. So these girls are on page 75. Okay, now we've done nearly all of them. I would be quite confident we've done nearly all of them. So I'm suggesting don't look back, right? Okay, don't look back at what you've done, right? And have a go, please, at number 3, 5, and 6. Okay, so on page 75, have a go at 3, 5, and 6. You've done already, so you could easily look back, but look that you're going to learn nothing from doing that, so it's your choice. Okay, so page 75, 3, 5, and 6. Will I put it up in Teams?
Yes, please. Am I going to toilet?
Yeah.